All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is King of Cards Tarot Readings. Today we have a general collective message. Thanks for showing up. So, my flash reading of this is basically you've made the space for what you want and it's on its way. Um, yeah, basically just don't try to hurry the process. Don't try to slow the process down. Just like wait patiently, but it's more like be ready to catch the ball or just be at the ready for what's coming for you. Okay, so into the reading. For our main issue, we have the Aeon in reverse. So, to me, this card represents the fruit of the tree, the fruit of your labor, the outcome, the the end goal, um, the repeatable process brought to completion. Um, for some of you, this could be a child, if that's what your goal is or has been lately. But it's not. It's not here yet. This is something that is waiting to come. Yeah. Hmm. I'm getting a little bit of detached from your expectation about the thing. This might not be the final one. This might be like a test print. You might have like sent out for a test print of your merchandise, a limited run before you make the big order. That seems valid for at least some of you. Something like that. Like you've done the work, you're ready to go, but before you go all in, you do a small batch, a partial run to ensure quality. That seems to be very forward in this. Um, yeah, so for our right hand opposal, for our contributing factor, or our future space, we got Nine of Wands in reverse, called Strength in this deck. So, yeah, I'm getting from this, don't go all in. Don't put, this isn't the one, this isn't the jackpot round. This is the one to try because you'll see how much to put into the next one and see if you have to take another crack at the blueprinting stage. You might. You might have to redraft some things, adjust some things, but you'll be glad you only got 10 with the typo than running the print of 5,000 and having a typo on all 5,000 units. Yeah, because this is fire, wands, action. So we're taking nearly a full action. It's full in all regards except for its scope. We don't want to we don't want to go half-ass on this printing, but we don't want to use all of our resources. Okay. So then our left-hand opposal, our contrary force, we have Ace of Cups. So this is the root of water energy, linked to emotion. Some people link this to material or spiritual nourishment, or the place where you get that from. So, yeah, this is telling me that your past has been used wisely to prepare you for this current moment. Huh, interesting. You feel good about it. You feel good about the work that you've done. And that's why there's a slight urge to just go all in. But it's not even an urge, it's more just the excitement, the anticipation of the full run. But that's why this partial approach is so powerful. It's going to ensure to you that things are perfect. And it's going to give you that chance to make whatever small tweaks you need to ensure perfection. And if you have to make any revisions that are more than just a slight adjustment, make sure you do another test printing. Yeah. You basically can't do too many test prints if you're making changes. And then once you're secure, once you've double checked, brought in an outside double checker, then you can go for the full run. And then that's when that next phase can actually start. But right now you're still in the crowning finishing phase of production, of movement towards. Yeah, a little patience, a little attention to detail to just make sure that what you've already done is able to carry forward. So let's see here. This is a very good reading. I feel very good for the collective right now. Huh. Yeah, everything seems to be in order. It's really just that slight anxiety, the anticipation of the next phase, because now that all this is sort of taken care of, you want to start engaging in the next level, but that'll come. And ensuring that your product is premium will keep that from being an issue as you move forward into the distribution and marketing phase. Most likely you've done some preliminary marketing for whatever this is, but if not, don't worry about that right now. You have a good product, and so people will come, people will want it. As soon as they see someone else with it, they're going to say, "Where did you get that?" And it's better to have a good product that no one knows about, to have it discovered, than to pre-hype your product and have it not meet up to what you're promising it to be. Yeah, this is a really good reading. I feel like I'm not even going to go too deep. I feel bad not giving you guys more, but let's see what I can manage. So for our deck top card, we have the Prince of Discs. So he's the earthy part of Earth. And yeah, he's just pointing out how the object is key. Every unit should be like the others and be of a quality that you can stamp your brand on, put in the packaging, and sell as quality. Yeah. He's just saying really focus on that quality assurance, and you don't, it's not that you don't have nothing, it's not that you don't have anything to worry about, but those worries, the biggest thing you do to prepare for those is to ensure the quality of your product. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, really, everybody. Just take this time to appreciate what you've done, to put the finishing touches on what you're working on, and trust that the next stage will reveal itself to you once this stage finishes, and be grateful to be in a moment where the challenges are nearly zero. I don't see any problems here for you. Like, whatever comes up in the test printing, whatever, if there's any indiscrepancies, I don't think any of them should be difficult to deal with. Yeah, for those of you who this is a child, I think your child is going to come out healthy, and yeah, don't worry. If it's a whatever it is, if you're starting a business, you've done basically what you need to do. You just have to finish this moment strong. I wish there was more I could say. Hmm. But I think that feeling of wishing there was more to say is exactly what this reading is saying. And saying you want to do more, but there's not more to do. What needs to be done is to focus on the finalization of this whole process. That's the Aeon. So the Aeon is saying you've reached basically the culmination of this. You're just reviewing and assessing the whole process, but really the stage of closing the chapter. Yeah. That spectrum of Ace of Cups to Strength in Reverse is really just saying you have a free flow of supply, you're not going to run out, and Strength in Reverse is telling me that you don't have to go all in. And in fact, you shouldn't. You should just go the level of this pre-production push to make sure that everything is good, so that when production comes, it's you can put your full force behind it and just enter into production mode. Yeah, and Prince of Discs is saying focus on the quality, focus on the product. Don't worry about the marketing and distribution. That will all come, and even if you have hiccups there in those processes, don't let that stress you out because you know that your product is good. That's far more important at this stage, and we'll see. And for those of you who are, I'm seeing, so some of you are waiting on a person. It's not a child or a business, it's like a lover. You want them in your life, and this is saying They're not ready in this moment to come into your life because they're finishing things up. They're getting things ready in order to be ready for you. And so the best thing you can do is to give them the time to get ready and not complicate things. Like, don't let someone else in right now. That could make things more difficult. I mean, do whatever works for you, honestly. Because, yeah, I see now half of you, it's saying this person isn't ready, so don't get with anybody else because that'll complicate things. But for another group of you, it's actually saying this person isn't ready, so do what you need to do. Go get with whoever you can now before they show up, because once they're here, then you won't be able to do those things anymore. So maybe go have your last few hookups if that's something you're capable of. Um, or maybe finish something up with a previous lover and say, hey, I'm making space for this new love to come through, but we can have one last time if you want. They do want it. Um, yeah, and in that case, Prince of Discs is really saying that, like, the physical exchange of love, of sex, is like its own thing, separate from your relationship. However, you gotta know your person, because for some people it could confuse things, and for other people, not doing it could be a problem later. You'll say, oh, I wish I would have done this before starting this new thing. Yeah, take what works for you. Definitely, I see people on both sides of that conversation. Hmm. And yeah, in that case, this Aeon in reverse is actually pointing towards this other person who's not your person and saying they want to give it to you. You have what it takes to give it to them. And gosh, it could go either way. That's a tough split to read. For some of you, this is an encouragement to have sex with people before you enter into this relationship. And for some of you, it's a warning not to have sex with people before entering into this relationship. How do we differentiate that? That's a hard one. I don't think we can know. I think it's really based on what you feel. If you feel that you want to engage in something and it's available, then I think you should allow it to happen. If you feel resistance, just let it go. Don't worry about it. Don't try to make it happen. But yeah, like if you've been texting your person intermittently for the past few weeks and they're short, curt with you, not giving you a lot of information, but there's someone else who hits you up tonight and is like, hey, can I sleep over? It's fair for you to do that, for you to let them sleep over. But if you're in a more constant communication with your future person, let's say they're out of state, but they're on their way back, or they're coming to you, and you talk a lot, and someone reaches out to you and is like, hey, can I come through? That might be a situation where you say, I'm developing something with somebody, I can't do that. So, I guess, yeah, try to match your person's energy. If they're detached from you, that is a form of permission for you to engage with whoever you can. But if your person is much more close knit, in communication constantly with you, I think it would be better for you not to let someone else in. But again, feel that out for yourself. And honestly, if you're someone who has options, consider yourself lucky. So many people, myself included, have no options. And that's a tough place to be. It's tough to want things and not see any opportunity for those things. Yeah, and love and sex are two different channels of communication, and you can love someone and never have sex with them, and you can have sex with someone and never love them. And you can want love but never have the opportunity to try, and you can want sex and never have the opportunity to try, and you can have opportunities for sex but never take them, and you can have opportunities for love and never take them. It's not a simple spectrum. We are all so finely sorted into unique positions where we can reflect and identify with what we see in others, but ultimately, all the similarities and all the differences are so variable that we don't know how much anyone else's experience correlates to ours. So, take advice with a grain of salt. Work off of what's available to you and what you want. But I do think there's a level of frustration built into incarnation where you're given certain things that aren't what you want, and other things that you want are kept from you, and then you talk about it to somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, well, the things you have, you should be grateful for." And that's true, but if the things you have don't help you or keep you from getting the things you want, then what are they worth? And if the things you want aren't coming to you, like, that's a painful place. I get that. And I just want everyone to get what they want, really. Want to see people fulfilling their desires. And I want to see people fulfilling the desires of others. I think that's where magic really happens. When you can help someone attain something they couldn't attain on their own, it's not the same as trying to get someone to attain something you think they should. It's like you can really make someone's whole life with a small gesture when you see that you can either directly provide to them their desire, or you can steer them towards it, or if you have a way of acquiring it or flagging it down or supporting their journey to it, that can mean the difference between a happy life and an unhappy life for someone, for a lot of people. And yeah, I'm not asking for that from anyone, but I see how a lot of the complications in my life could be easily assisted by people around me. And when I see their indifference to my pleas and bids for help, it really makes me lose a lot of respect for them and not carry my trust forward into devotion. I still trust them. A lot of them are trustworthy people, but they don't want to help in the things that are really important. And that's, I think, the difference between an acquaintance and a friend. I think an acquaintance may want to help you, or the difference between a friend and a true friend. I don't know what the wording is. But yeah, like, sure, we're nice to each other, but when you really want something, not like you need something, like, oh, I broke my leg, I need to get to the hospital, because that's not going to make the difference between a happy life and an unhappy life. Like, worst case scenario, you break your leg and you're in pain and you're waiting for an ambulance or something like that. That may be traumatic, but it's not going to ruin your life. But something you want so bad but don't know how to ask for, or don't know how to move towards, sorry, something you want but don't know how to move towards, someone who can help you in moving towards that thing, you would gladly sit in pain with a broken leg for 5 hours waiting for air evac. You would gladly take that pain and trauma if it was offset by someone helping you attain the thing you truly want that is so hard for you. So, yeah, if there's people in your life and you can help them with things that they truly desire, I believe that is a greater spiritual work than helping people with the things that they need, like food, shelter, security. Now, if that's where their desire lies, then yes, that can be a great thing. Um, so yeah, I guess that slipped a little bit, but it's time for a trial run. It's time to trust in the work you've done, and it's worth taking this last bit of time to make sure everything is good before moving forward on something more serious. So yeah, thanks again everybody for coming out. This has been King of Cards Tarot Readings. These collectives or these readings are timeless, so make sure you check out readings from the past. Give yourself a chance to revisit old readings and like tell somebody, right? If you've been helped by this, send it forward. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted when new messages drop. Until next time, I'll see you real soon.